Hi, welcome to Space Invaders, the show that helps you with your building tasks, both big and small. Today, we're at a turn-of-the-century house which is undergoing full renovations. My task is to help restore some original plasterworks. Good morning, Clive.
Hi, Tommy. Nice to see you.
It's a pleasure. Nice to meet you. It's a very impressive house from the outside, Clive.
It's impressive from the inside too.
Oh yeah, true there. Look at the size of this hallway. Now this is what I call a hallway entrance, this is. And a fireplace in the hallway. Do you know what, I've always wanted a fireplace in the hallway, but never had one big enough for it. Tell me, Clive, looking at this, what's the date of this house, the period?
I think it's 1910. It's late arts and craft. I'm fairly sure about the date because most of the houses on the road were built at approximately the same time.
Yeah, quite a lot of them are very different in style on the outside.
Yes, they are. They were made by different builders, but despite that, I think they were all built at approximately the same time. But it was a fairly prosperous road, perhaps one of the main roads in Moseley. And residential building only took place on this side of the road. On the other side, there's the old Moseley Hall, and that was actually a stately home, and that's about mid-19th century.
But it was definitely like at the cutting edge at the time, I say, looking at this. The staircase, the style of the banisters, and also there are other features I see, like this type of panelled door. Well, and even this cornice you have up here, which is very plain, with a fancy frieze underneath it.
I think you'll find in any source book that the features are actually exactly right for the arts and crafts. And don't forget, arts and craft went on until 1925, and of course a number of the features would have been taken over into the early 30s. So.
Yeah. Oh, that makes sense. Yeah. I mean, look at this fireplace, and I say to myself, maybe that insert is possibly later.
Yes. A similar fireplace is in the hallway of 4 houses along here, this one and the next 3. And I think they were all built by the same builder. And the fact that the fireplace is repeated to me suggests that they were very much of the period.
Yeah. Now tell me, how long have you been here in this house?
We've been here for 3 years now, just over 3 years.
Right, and have you had to do much work?
Very much. It's been a top to bottom job. We started outside, started with the roof. We had to completely re-roof it, although we used the reclaimed tiles and some that we bought in. Right. And we had to completely repoint it. We had to build 2 new chimneys. We had to chop out 600 or so parish bricks. All the windows needed overhauling, etc. So everything that was required, everything that you could think of needing to do outside needed to be done, and we had to do that. We're almost at the stage of decorating, but before we do that, we have to sort out the plastering. The plastering is the last but one job.
Well, that seems like an opportune moment to go and have a look at it. Shall we go?
Well, follow me.
Thank you very much.
Right, this is the main bedroom, and we're having quite a lot of work done in here at the moment.
It's a big room, isn't it?
It is, although it looks smaller than it actually is because we've had to move this big wardrobe out of the way because there's going to be some replastering and repairs to the cornice behind the wardrobe.
Right. So this is where the work goes on here?
Yes, this is the action end today, and this is Graham, the plasterer.
Hello, Graham. Pleased to meet you. Yeah. So tell me what we've got planned for here.
Well, today Graham is going to replace a bit of the old coving, but we've already had to replace quite an extensive area because this wardrobe wasn't here, and we've had to cove around it. The wardrobe was originally over here, and we've now pinched off a bit of the bedroom and united it with a bit of the old bathroom to make an ensuite. So the wardrobe was here. The coving went around the wardrobe. Mm-hmm. We knocked that down, and we had to replace the coving to match the existing.
Right, so what we're going to do today is do some repairs?
Yes, we're going to have a little section put in there where as you can see, there's been some water penetration.
Right, well, it seems to me like... Better get my jacket off and get started, huh?
Okay, I'll leave you to it. I'll catch up with you later.
Okay.
All right, bye.
Right, Graham, I see there's been a bit of a problem up there with water. That's damaged this bit of cornice. How much of it you got to take out?
Well, we will take, we'll go 3 foot. So there's only a couple of foot damaged.
Right.
We'll take it over there because I've got plenty to play with.
So you actually cut it more than you need to, just to give you a bit of room to play?
Yeah, yeah.
Right.
Pick up on a good spot, you know.
Take that section out, cut a new section in, and then make good the end?
Yeah.
Right. Is there anything I can do?
Well, you can start off by chopping off. That's if you think you're up to it, mate. Hammer and chisel.
If you think you're up to it, just do a little bit of the job. I'll end up doing the whole thing, you watch. All right, I'll get the hammer and chisel.
It's over there, mate.
Cutting out, he said. Now this is Graham's chisel. This must have been one of the days when he went without lunch and he was a bit peckish, but, you know, that's the tools they use up there. Now what I've got to do is cut this bad stuff out. I've used the knife, the Stanley knife, to just cut a scribe, and that means then that this will follow the line perfectly. If you want to try this, I'd recommend you leave this up to a specialist firm because it's rather difficult to do. But if it's just a small repair like this, you could have a specialist firm actually make the cornice and then you could fit it just by cutting out the old stuff, using a special adhesive to fix it into place and making good at the end. Something you could try if you're confident. There's another reason why I think there's been a problem, possibly a hole in the roof or a hole in the gutter somehow. There's the remains of an old bird's nest up here, so wherever they've been getting in, then the rain must have got in as well. See, plenty of it. And that's why the water damage occurred in this part of the ceiling. Heard it must have been an eagle the size of this nest. Right, that's the second anchor plate. What we're doing now, we're going to cut a mitre into this piece of cornice. But don't be frightened at home because when it comes to cutting cornice and mitring it, it's not like you're cutting a piece of timber. It doesn't have to be dead perfect. Just a rough cut is all you need, which is just as handy because Graham's a bit of a rough plasterer. Right.
Reputation precedes.
This is a mitre board, which is one of Graham's own ones, you see. Extremely large, because sometimes the cornice would fill this mitre board, but for you at home you can use your normal one or make one up. Right, Graham, you want to cut this?
So as you can see here, look, it's beginning to shatter.
It's breaking up a little bit, but that's not important,
That's not important, you know, you could drop it on the floor, but it doesn't matter. Until we get up there and
You've
fix
got
it
a
all
magic
up,
fix for it.
and then you just work it in. Yeah.
Okay.
Right then, Tommy, we'll just hold this up.
Right.
And get a mark for you. And if you'd be so kind then, you could cut it down there for me on the bench.
Of course I will.
Yeah. So I always leave it a little bit short.
Always leave it a little bit short.
And then we make up that afterwards.
And we make that up afterwards.
So there you go. There you go.
Now we're going to fiddle with this a bit just to make sure that it fits nicely. So it might take a bit of time, this.
Yep, let's have a look. Right.
Right, how's that, Graham?
Well, here we go. We've got a problem straight away. We've got this this timber joist, roof joist there. It's catching the back of this cast.
Right, well, we'll have to cut that down a bit then, yeah?
Yeah, that's got to go. That's got to go. The trouble is I've got no wood chisels.
Well, I just happen to know a man who might have some. And guess who that was, but my chisels are slightly different to Graham's. Now, you might ask, how comes you're having to cut that timber joist back when you didn't have to cut it back before when the original cornice was up there? That's a good question. The simple answer is, originally, when this cornice was put up, it was run, what we call run in situ. That means it was cast or run up here on a mould. Now, because we're making this section in the workshop and making a repair, it's thicker. So this timber joist is a bit pronounced. So what we've got to do is cut it back. And then all we have to do is make good this end and this end. It'll be a perfect match.
Right. Yep, your chisels have done the job there. That fits like a glove, that does.
It's a good idea to apply a solution of PVA adhesive and water to both the ceiling and wall and to the back of a cornice. This helps actually when you're going to put the adhesive on to adhere one to the other. Oh, you're going to mix it up by hand, huh?
Yeah.
Is this the adhesive or is this just plaster of Paris?
This is adhesive.
Right. How long have you been doing this trade?
24 years now.
24 years. Is it all restoration work or do you do new work as well?
I'll do both. Try and stick with the restoration work, you know, it's a bit more interesting, isn't it?
And what's the most difficult job you've ever had to do?
Difficult. The exterior sand and cement mould work of the front of a restaurant in Brighton. That was a bit intricate.
Yeah, especially in winter.
Especially in winter, yeah. So you do try and arrange it so you can get indoors winter time and do some interior work.
That's exactly it. Now, how long will that stay alive for?
This has got a 2-hour set on it.
2-hour set?
Yeah. So you can mess with that for 2 hours
Oh,
and all
that's
of a sudden
handy
it'll click.
For the DIY person.
Yeah.
Because plaster of Paris has only got about, what, 5-10 minutes?
Couple of minutes.
Well, that looks like a nice dose of double cream, but I wouldn't recommend you try eating it.
Certainly not.
Now, what Graham's doing here, because we have a sort of problem with the depth up there, we've got to make it up to be a bit thicker, because the original plaster ceiling came down with the cornice when we took the rotten bit out. So we've got to put a thick bed right the way along the top and right the way along the bottom, and then position it into place, and that'll just hold it at the right depth. Is that correct?
That's it. Yep. Any excess just squidges out. And we'll just
cut it off.
Just cut that off.
Right now, Graham, here you are.
Thank you very much.
This is the moment of truth.
This is how when we say how bad we really are. That fit like a glove, this one. So as you can see, we're not worried about holes or gaps or anything. It's quite irrelevant at this moment in time. The important thing is just to get all the members lined up.
You want me to hold that?
If you don't mind, Tom. Cheers. We're only tacking it in place until the adhesive sets. See, that's okay now. That should be all lined up, but we'll go away and have a look if it all matches.
I've got a very good eye. It's a pity I haven't got two of them, but I've got a very good one. Well, it looks pretty good, mate, I tell you. Well, that's it for this stage of the job. Join us in part 2 and we'll see this stage completed. We'll also look round the house and see what other plastering jobs got to be done. Hi, welcome back to Space Invaders. Today we're replacing a piece of damaged cornice. We've cut out the bad stuff and we're replacing it with a piece that we've already cast in the workshop. That's been fixed by sticking it to the ceiling with adhesive. Now the final act is left, where we're going to knock up some casting plaster and finish by filling in the gaps and then carving it to shape. That's where Graham comes in.
And the idea being, you mix it to this consistency of thick milk.
Thick milk,
And
yeah.
then you let
Single
it,
cream.
That's it.
Yeah, and that's, you always put the water in first and add the plaster to it.
Yeah, add the powder to the water.
And this is ordinary casting plaster.
Yep, as in the old days in the hospital.
When you used to break your arm.
Yeah, break your wrists and
Right.
stuff.
Now remember, this sets very fast.
Well, you mix it up weak like that, and then it starts to pick up.
Picking up, that means starting to cure, starting to go
cure.
off. How long is that going to take, Graham?
Approximately 5-6 minutes.
Right,
for it
okay.
to work to. So, could I suggest in that time we could go elsewhere in the house and show you the other bits of plasterwork that we're working on at the moment?
Well, that's all right, but I'll meet you in a little while, because what I want to do, I've got to meet a local historian who's going to tell me some history about the local area and about this house.
Oh, yeah.
All right, so if I can catch you in a little while,
Yep.
it'll suit me better.
Yep, you
Is that
can.
all right?
Yep. I'll see you in a bit.
As a local historian, Roy, what can you tell me about this street and the surrounding area?
In about the turn of the century, the industrialists in Birmingham began to realise that Moseley was a nice place to live.
What, like a posh gaff, so to speak?
You could call it that, yes. And so they built these lovely big houses, and they're all different, of course, because they all had their own architect to
So they were
design
individually designed and built to suit the client?
Oh, yes.
Yeah, Clyde, the guy who we're working for, tells me that the house is built circa around 1910, 1911. But there seems to me to be features inside that seem to date it much later.
Well, it would have been absolutely the most modern stuff, you see. I mean, they got the really top architects doing the work. They picked the best.
Well, that might explain the difference in the houses.
Oh, yes.
But I do believe there was a big hall here called Moseley Hall.
Well, it's still there, actually.
Oh, it's still here?
It's still there because Richard Cadbury gave it to the corporation for a children's convalescent home.
Oh,
and it was used for that for a long time, and then about 30 years ago or so, it was closed down as a children's one, and it's now got a lot of extra buildings to it, and it's a geriatric hospital.
You mean these 60s design monstrosities?
Yes.
Oh, dear. Very innovative, aren't they?
Yeah.
I don't know how they got the jobs, to be quite honest. I mean, they should be shot as far as I'm concerned. Well, Roy, I want to thank you very much for coming down and giving me the benefit of your local knowledge. It's been a pleasure meeting you.
It's been a pleasure meeting you.
Thanks
Thank you very much. Cheerio.
Right, back to work for me. Hi, Graham, there you are.
Hello, Tommy. Somebody found your hiding place, have they?
Well, I told you I had some walking and talking to do.
Well, that's it then now. If you wish, there's a patch up there that needs doing.
Right.
An in situ one, just needs chopping out, mate. And,
Told you that would happen.
You can handle it?
Yeah.
Yeah, look, there it goes. Famous chisel.
All right.
I'll get out your way.
OK. While Graham goes back upstairs to finish the bedroom cornice, this section of the living room ceiling needs to be replaced and repaired. A little tip if you're trying this, always fill from the edges first. Makes it much easier. It shuts down the size of the opening. Makes it very easy then to fill in the middle bit. Well, this is one of my pet hates. Now, I'm not saying electricians should be good plasterers or plumbers should be good plasterers, or even if you do this yourselves, but a little tip is always to leave the surface of the undercoat just slightly below, 1/4 of an inch below the finished surface. And then you can actually put the second top coat on, get a nice smooth finish, and it won't show through the decoration. Now, in this case, we have a double problem because we've also got to match the plaster relief finish that we have here. This is not wallpaper, this is a plaster finish. So in order to solve that, I think I'll have to go and have a chat with Graham. Graham? Hey, that's looking very good, Graham. You finished now?
Nearly. So I've done the mitre there and the straight pick up there. I've just got to backfill top and bottom. I'm going to run out of plaster.
Right.
To do another mix.
Do you know they've got a bit of a problem outside? Do you know where they've had all the cables redone?
Yeah, I'm the Jason's.
Well, whoever made that good's made a bit of a pig's ear of it, so they're going to have a problem dealing with that. To get the pattern back in the plaster.
Because it's proud.
Yeah.
Yeah. You think that's a problem? I'm going to see what he's got round by his bathroom there.
Well, we've got bigger problems than that.
Huge.
Well, show me. Lead me on.
Yes, Tom, this is the problem. You go here.
Right, you have got a problem. What was that before then?
That was the entrance to the old toilet before they had the ensuite knocked around and...
Oh, right, so this was the original entrance into the bathroom?
Yeah.
Well, that's a job for another day, though, sure.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
We've
All
got
right,
to get
well, I'll
round
tell
to
you
this.
what I'll do. I'll go down and finish off what I've got to do downstairs, and you finish what you've got to do in the bedroom.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Okay,
We want to go home
yeah,
tonight.
We'll
so.
do that, yep.
Well, what do you think of that, Clive?
I think it's very good. I'm impressed. But why did you just fill in the cracks? Why did you take the lot down?
Well, in this particular case, you can see these cracks that run along here. They're straightforward cracks. You just cut a V out of those, then put in a PVA and water mixture just to seal it and make it stick, and then fill it with any proprietary filler.
Okay.
But with this cornice, it had separated from both sides and it had separated from the back, so it was loose. No matter how you tried to fill it, it would have remained loose. So we just took it out and filled in a complete new piece. And we matched these two profiles with a straight edge, and it was very simple to do, and I think it looks fine.
Yeah, I think a coat of paint and can't tell the difference.
You'll never know it was ever damaged or repaired. Now, see, the only thing I will tell you about, see where these cracks run along to these pieces that are stuck on. These are just ordinary plaster castings that are stuck on with casting plaster. Do not cut the cracks past them. Just bring up to those pieces and then fill them the other side, but leave them on. But you're happy with this?
Yes, that's fine. That's
Right,
really
well,
good.
let's go up and see how Graham's doing, see if he's up to scratch. Maybe I might be able to teach him a thing or two now.
Well, we'll have to go and see. Okay, follow me.
Well, Clive, what do you think of that?
I think it's come out really nice. Can't really tell the old from the new.
Well, that's what I like to hear. What do you think, Graham?
Yes, it's certainly came out very well, Taz, Tom.
So you're happy?
I'm very pleased with it.
Well, that's what I like, modesty. Now, it may seem just a small task to actually repair a cornice, but it's important that you take the time to prepare it and do it correctly, because if you don't, it sticks out like a sore thumb. Well, that's it for now. See you next time on Space Invaders.
And Tommy returns next, this time turning his dab hands to laying reclaimed pine floorboards in a 17th century thatched cottage as Space Invaders continues.